What's up, you guys? Welcome back. Today, I am going to be showing you how I got this makeup look and this hairstyle. Very unique, never been done before. I was actually going to do kind of like a low, sleek bun, but then as I was doing it, I was like, we're going to do a ponytail. Riveting. But yeah, I walk you through this look step by step. I do have to give you a couple of little heads up notes before we get into this. Number one, we had some technical difficulties. I got a new monitor that's now on top of my camera. It's probably annoying. I keep looking up at it, but yeah, it kind of glitched a few times doing a few different things, so I apologize in advance. Number two, I'm super excited because today I launched my podcast. I also have it here on YouTube, so if you don't listen to podcasts and stuff like that, you can just watch it here on YouTube. I will create like a whole playlist, so I'll link that down below so you can check it out. It's on Apple Podcasts and Spotify as well, so please go head over there and subscribe and leave me a good review. And number three, I had a horrible morning. I was like in and out of the bathroom. I think I put too much hot sauce on my tacos, or it was from having Reese's. I got Halloween candy, and so I was a little scatterbrained at the beginning of this video because this morning has just been it's been a hot mess. Is Mercury in retrograde or whatever? Because I just feel like, yeah, now that you know all the updates and you know about too much information about my body, let's just jump into the tutorial. I'm gonna start with my hair. It's really gross. It's like day 500. I haven't washed it. I'm gonna do like a really sleek bun. I feel like my scalp is really dry, so sorry if you see like flakes and stuff, but I'm gonna start with the Living Proof Perfect Hair Day Dry Shampoo, and I'm just gonna spray this in the hair. In my favorites video, I had someone tell me that dry shampoo actually works better if you put it on clean hair. I'm sure it's better for like preventing oil, but that's so bad for your hair. Dry shampoo really dries out your hair. So I try not to use dry shampoo, period. The only time I use it is on like super extremely greasy hair. And even then, sometimes I don't even use the dry shampoo because it will dry out your hair and crack it off. That's just what I've learned from different hairstylists. So if that works for you, go for it, using it on clean hair. But for me, like, I don't even want to use it until like day 4 or 5, something like that. So I'm gonna go in with a boar bristle brush and start really smoothing down the hair. I have it parted in the center, and then I like to have this come from like the middle of my head. I'm gonna put this into a low pony to start. Get this back with the sleekness. So now I'm just gonna grab a ponytail holder. I'm just gonna use this one from the Slip brand. It's a silk scrunchie, just like a really thin one. And I'm just doing a very low pony at first. This would actually be cute with the pony itself. I was gonna do a bun. Maybe I'll just do a pony. We're doing the pony. Whew. I was gonna show you a bun. I'll link another video down below where I actually show how I do the bun portion of this. That's what I fully intended on doing just now, but I am digging the long pony. I'm just pushing out some hair up at the top so I have some volume still. I do have a little trick though that I will share once I flake away all my flakes. This is one of my favorite products. This is the R&Co Dark Pomade Stick. I don't actually know if this is readily available anywhere anymore, but I will link other products just like this. But this is the Dark Pomade Stick from R&Co. It's just like this little stick here, and I'm gonna kind of just slick down my hairs here, and it's like a little glue. You can use this for flyaways. Use less if you have really clean hair and you don't want it to look really greasy. This new monitor up on the top of my camera, it's already bothering me. I might try to figure out a way to get it at like a normal eye level so I'm not like constantly looking up at it, because I can already tell. It's probably so annoying. I got my nails done, by the way. I went for a very fall vibe, and it's like black to more brown, orangey brown. I'm liking it. It's very fun and festive. For primer, I'm going to use the Jason Wu It's So Soft primer. And I like this because it gives kind of like a tinted moisturizer balm type of feel to the skin. So I'm just going to go in with about that much. Rub it in on my pores. You see that? It's already like covering up any redness. Blend that in. I'm going to go in with a little bit more to do the rest. And then for foundation, I'm gonna go in with a little bit more of a bougie foundation. This is the Pat McGrath Skin Fetish Sublime Perfection Foundation. I have the shade LM9. This is one of my favorite foundations. I feel like it just gives such a beautiful finish to the skin. I'm gonna do 2 pumps on the back of my brush. And then I'm gonna start just working this in on my skin. I like this because it's very lightweight, and I'd say it's probably like a true medium coverage. Maybe sheer to medium. I feel like this is a more natural looking foundation compared to something like the Catrice foundation or the Makeup Forever Reboot, stuff like that. Bring it down my neck a little bit. And back here too. If you have your hair up, I always bring it back there. Just don't forget you put it there so that when you take your makeup off, you take it off back there too. I also got a comment recently about applying makeup to the center of your face first and then working outwards. That is what I do. I start here because this is where I'm more red. However, I don't start on my nose and stuff like that here. If you've been watching me for a while, you probably know that my nose, for whatever reason, and my forehead, it will collect the product and cake it up. So I go in on my nose with whatever's left over on the brush, so I'm not applying too much product there. And because it's like the center of my face, it'll make the rest of my makeup look even more crazy just because it'll just make it look very made up and thick and cakey. For concealer, I'm gonna use the MAC Pro Longwear Concealer. This is in the shade NW20. I haven't used this in a while, and it's one of my favorite concealers. So I do not like the way that this applies. It's just like this squirty thing, and it comes out so fast, so you have to be careful. But I've got it here on my ring finger, and I'm gonna just dot underneath the eyes, and then go in with my FO3 brush from Sigma and blend this in. Ooh, this is actually a little bit bright. I'm gonna add a little bit of NC25. This is a little bit warmer, a little bit darker, just to add into this because that other one by itself was just a little too light. Oh, I love the smell of this. This smells like just good old classic makeup. Brings me back to when I first started getting into makeup. Okay, I'm gonna go into the Jason Wu face powder and set my T-zone. Just picking it up here just to set the oily areas. And then for bronzer, I'm gonna use the Benefit Hoola bronzer. I used this the other day and I really liked the way that it looked on my skin. I'm going to use this Hourglass. No, I'm not gonna use this. I'm gonna use this Rephr brush that they just sent over. I totally forgot. I set this out because I knew I wanted to use it. This is the Rephr number 30 brush. Rephr has some of the best brushes. I actually met, I don't know if he was like the owner or the CEO, but Amanda and I had coffee with him actually right when COVID was happening, right at the beginning of 2020. I swear it was like the week before everything shut down. But he was one of the nicest people I've ever met, one of the nicest brand owners. Again, I don't know if he was the owner, but brand representatives that I've ever met. I just thoroughly enjoy using their products. They're just very well made and they're not too expensive. But yeah, I'll link this down below. This is one of their new ones that they just came out with. It's working really nicely. This is the first time I'm using this one. I usually use their eye brushes, but this is really nice. I like that it's covering such a broad area. I'm gonna go in with some of my Pat McGrath concealer because it matches the foundation that I used. So I've got some blemishes over here that I want to cover up, and that MAC concealer would be too light. So before I go in with more bronzer, I need to cover that up. Okay, now that that's covered, I'm just gonna set it with whatever's left on my setting brush, and then I can go back in with the bronzer. I've really been liking this Hoola bronzer. I feel like I used to get really patchy with it, and lately that just hasn't been happening. I'm gonna go in with the Charlotte Tilbury Film Star Bronze and Glow palette. Mine is very used and abused. I'm gonna use the sculpting side actually to contour, and then I'll go into this side to highlight. I'm just using a Smith 112 brush, and I'm gonna hit this right in the contour of the cheek. One thing I'm noticing with this new monitor is I feel like it is more accurate to what my makeup looks like. So since I rely on that to do my makeup, I feel like this is kind of easier because it's actually showing what I'm seeing in the mirror. Hopefully this will just be like an overall good change. Get the jawline. And then I'm also going to use the same color to contour my nose. I need to show you what my monitor just did as I was just talking it up. I don't know why this changed. Okay, I'll insert the picture. What is going on with this monitor? I did turn it off and turn it back on, and we're back to normal. I don't know what was going on, but it was totally distorting the coloring. Okay, I'm going in with some loose powder just on the sides of the nose. And then I also take a little bit right here on the cheek to give that look with my contour. Kind of just clean it up a little bit. And then I'll just go in and buff it off right away. I don't like sit there and like bake or whatever. I just kind of clean it up with the powder like that. I'm gonna go into the other side of the Charlotte Tilbury palette, and I'm gonna highlight with this side using an F35 from Sigma, and then get the nose and my Cupid's bow, and then just blend that out. For blush, I'm gonna use the KVD Vegan Beauty Honeysuckle blush. This is like the perfect neutral peach color for my skin tone. It like goes on and gives me just a kiss of peach. So I'm gonna pick it up on an F40, pop it on my cheeks. I'm gonna set my face using the Morphe setting spray. There we go. And then I'm going to put some powder on my eyebrows. I've really been liking how that looks before I go in and do my brow products because I get oily and shiny in my eyebrows, and that's been helping to keep my brow products lasting longer and just make it so that it doesn't look like super greasy. Oh my gosh, this thing did it again. I don't know how to change that. I'm gonna have to do some research. Today has just been a day. First off, I woke up and I totally forgot that my podcast was going live today. This has been an obstacle with the monitor. I broke my external hard drive. Thankfully, I have another one, but that happened. So just some things. And I've been in the bathroom like all day. So I think I'm gonna try using the Anastasia Perfect Brow Pencil today. Let me actually zoom in. It's been a while since I've used this, but I really fell in love with this not too long ago. And it was like the main thing I used for my brows because it just filled them in so quickly. I'm gonna go into the Micro Defining Brow Pencil from the brand Arches and Halos. And I'm going to define the brow a little bit more. Why do I always fill one brow in much lower than the other? I look like the lady on Just Go With It when her eyebrows like stuck up really far. All right, we've got some really bold brows today. I'm gonna go into that Rimmel brow gel. I feel like this is really hard to find online. They must have discontinued it, so I'll link some similar ones down below. But any sort of like little brow gel works perfect. For my primer, I'm gonna use the Jason Wu eyeshadow primer. This is my new favorite. I've really been liking it. I like that I don't have to dig my finger into the pot like I did with the Painterly paint pot. I just wish that so much didn't come out at once, but I think I'm getting the hang of using it. I do have the shade medium, by the way. I had some questions the last time I used this in a video, and I feel like the medium is still really light. Like, I'm not even tan today. This is just my actual skin tone, and it is still brighter. So I'm actually gonna pick up some of the primer on a brush and kind of go underneath my brow with it. I really want to give this palette another shot. I mentioned this in the last video that I swear anytime I've used the Antidote palette, I feel like it doesn't go on the way I hope or the way that I would anticipate. I feel like these colors are very rich and deep. Some of them are more vibrant, but overall, I feel like this is a very like rich, deep palette with some vibrant shades, but I feel like every color goes on like very, very neon and vibrant. So I'm a little nervous, but also excited. I have backup shades here just in case that this doesn't go the way that I have planned. So I'm going to start with the color Dusk, which is this shade right here, and a fluffy brush. I'm just going to pick this up here. This is kind of like, just like a greened out brown, if that makes sense. It's brown, but it's got some green in it. So I'm gonna bring this into the crease. Okay, so far this is going on how I would imagine. I'm gonna bring that same shade underneath and wrapping it around. I'm gonna add more green by going into the color Dusty. This is definitely more mossy green. Okay, I think we're good. It's really actually, this one's not as pigmented. Okay, we're good. We're choosing some good shades here. I'm gonna bring this underneath the eye. Okay, we're gonna keep adding to the green. I'm gonna go into Ash, which is just even more of a darker muted green. And I'm gonna pop this here. Oh yeah, oh yeah. This is what I'm talking about. So far, the shades I've used today are going on how I would imagine. The other side, they were going on like straight up neon. Let me know if you've had that happen with yours too, or if I'm just seeing things, because I don't know, but I'm really loving how this is looking right now. This is exactly what I was going for today. I'm gonna bring that underneath as well. I'm gonna go back into Dusty just to blend out the ash shade. So I'm really loving these tones, but I want it to be a little bit deeper. I'm a little bit nervous because I feel like the other green shades are a lot more vibrant, and I'm nervous they're gonna go neon. But we're gonna try Clover and see what happens. This is straight up green. We also have Antidote, which is the shade here. But I'm gonna start with Clover because it is more green, where the other one has some blue in it. We'll see how this goes. I'm gonna lay this here on the outer corner. Okay, we're good. Whew. We are good. All right. Yeah. That's so pretty. I'm loving these shades together. I really like this side of the palette much more than the other side, which I'm actually pretty surprised. I was definitely more in love with the other side when I bought it, but just the way that these shades are performing, I just think that these tones are just going on more like I would hope that they would. I'm gonna add a little bit of that Antidote shade, which kind of goes in a little bit of the blue family, just to richen up the look a little bit more right in the outer corner. So right here, this kind of gives me subculture vibes, this shade that I'm using right here. I'm gonna go back into that ash shade just to kind of reinforce the more mossiness rather than the vibrancy. Just see where this goes here. I'm gonna go into the color Granite, which is this shade right here. And I'm gonna take a flat brush, but it's kind of like a fluffier flat brush. This is the number 28 brush from Rougher. I'm gonna pick up Graphite and just lightly tap this on to the lid. This color is so freaking pretty. I feel like it's really tying the whole look together, kind of giving it a little bit of a glam element. Then I'm gonna head over into the highlight palette that I used earlier, and I'm just gonna highlight my inner corner and my brow bone. So I'm gonna take this right here. It's my favorite way to highlight. I think it makes everything very cohesive and neutral. Unless you want to do like a colorful inner corner highlight, I think you can totally just use whatever face highlighter that you used. Then I'm also gonna take this up on the brow bone. I'm hitting it right here at the arch. And then I'm gonna take my finger and just kind of rub it in to lightly disperse onto the brow bone. I'm gonna grab a little bit of that ash and mix it with Clover, those two together, and really emphasize the lash line on the bottom. I'm gonna grab Costa Riche. This is one of my favorite eyeliners because it goes more red toned. So I'm gonna bring this in the waterline. Ooh, I feel like that contrasts the green nicely because it does have that more reddish tone to it. Also gonna bring this on the upper outer lash line and then grab the Antidote shade and start flicking that color up into the look. So kind of carry the brown up here as well as deepening the outer corner. I do think I'm gonna go in with the color Silvery, which is this like green sparkly shade here. I'm gonna use that in my inner corner to tie it together just for fun, just to bring in a little bit more of that theme. I feel like you're probably not gonna really be able to tell much of a difference, but I think it will help kind of tie in this lower lash line into the top a little bit. I'm gonna go into the Makeup Geek mascara, coat my lashes. So the monitor just like overheated and turned off. It didn't record me applying my lashes, but I have on the Chick lashes from ColourPop. I cut these a while ago and they're a little short. I feel like they should be a little bit longer because you can see like my lashes here, but it's fine. And then I just followed up with mascara on the bottom, and now I can complete the look with lips. Hopefully this thing doesn't turn off. I'm gonna use the Jaclyn Cosmetics lip liner in the color Butter Pecan, and I'm going to line and overline my lips, starting on the bottom, doing the top, And then just fill it in completely. I'm gonna use my brow pencil to actually deepen up the edges. My niece actually taught me this trick, just to give a little bit more depth. And that way I'm not going in with another product. And then for lipstick, I'm gonna use the Makeup by Mario lipstick in the color Sierra. I'm just gonna tap this in the center, just like this. I'm not gonna like full on swipe it just because it will go on a little bit lighter than I'm wanting. So this is the final look, what it looks like up close. I'm very happy with it. I am very pleasantly surprised with this side of the palette. I mean, I've been very excited about this eyeshadow palette, but it's just anytime I use the other side, I wasn't happy with how the look turned out, but this turned out exactly like what I was hoping for. So very, very pleased. And I'm thinking, I don't know how this monitor situation is gonna work out. I feel like I'm constantly looking up and it's just weird and it overheated and today was a mess. So thank you for bearing with me through all of this. I'm gonna switch out my earrings to put on something a little bit more bold. Because I got my hair up, I feel like I need a little bit of something, something. Ta-da. Okay, that's it for this tutorial. I know that it was kind of a hot mess with the different things that was going on with my technical difficulties, but nevertheless, I hope you guys enjoyed seeing how I got this look and enjoyed the process. Please let me know what other kinds of videos you'd like to see down below in the comment section, and please also let me know what are you looking forward to for the month of December. I've gotten a lot of questions on whether or not I'm doing like every day in December and stuff like that. I'm still trying to figure it out. I want to know, do you guys want to see more tutorials or vlogs? I will definitely do both. I'm just curious where your mind's at, because while I know that the majority of you love tutorials, I do understand that also December is a very cozy kind of month. So you might like more relaxed, chill vibe sort of videos. I don't know. Let me know. As of right now, I think I'm going to be doing half and half. As far as the frequency, I don't know. I'm still thinking about it and figuring all that out. I hope you guys like this video. Please subscribe and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.